Hello everyone, and welcome back to Millennial Stitchers, or Millennial Fabrics, however you know us by. Today I'm coming to you in this moment in a little bit of fast forward because you are going to see lots of super fun stuff. Today's video is going to be all about preparing for a retreat, what to expect at a retreat, what goes on at a retreat, including lots of pictures, as well as a recap of the retreat that I just went to. So you're gonna have like a whole lot of stuff in here and different clips popped all over the place. But before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about the retreat. So I went to the first girls weekend getaway at Anabella's near Asheville, and it was fantastic. It was a very small, intimate retreat, just a few of us ladies there, and we had an amazing time. Elaine and Terry were phenomenal. We had an awesome time. We didn't have any idea what we were going to be expecting, and we had so much fun. So in this video, you're going to see me preparing to go to that retreat, and then sort of arriving at the retreat, and lots of pictures that I'll do some voiceovers and just do a little blurb for you guys to see, and then we'll talk afterward about all the goodies that we got because we were spoiled beyond belief. We had some awesome time to stitch, and I even upped my finishing game. So it's kind of hard to up your finishing game when you're at a 0, but regardless, I feel confident now. So Elaine, if you're watching, thank you for that because you did that, my friend. But I am fresh home from the retreat. I got home a couple hours ago. Nate and I went to dinner, had a little bit of time together. He's off to work, and I'm gonna film this video so that I can put all this stuff away because it's a lot. So we're gonna go through it, but for now, enjoy the clippets that I've recorded over the past few days. Hi guys, future Sarah here. Don't know how I forgot to include this in the video, but you're about to see footage of me getting my car washed before the retreat because that's something I always do. And I honestly really recommend it, especially if you're going to be the one that is driving, because having a clean car always makes trips better. So enjoy the footage of my car wash. Looking good. All ready to drive. Okay, so another really important tip that I can give you is that something that I do is I fill up my gas tank the night before all the way up as full as it'll go, so that way I don't have to worry about it in the morning when I'm trying to get ready for the retreat, because I tend to wait till the end to pack, which you'll see later in this video. But make sure you get that gas tank filled up so you don't have to worry about it when you're rolling out. And by me getting gas, what I actually mean is Nathan's pumping the gas for me. But you all know what I mean. We're gonna fill up that tank. All right, so we've got our car clean and we've got our gas tank full. So what's next but to start packing? So you might be asking, well, what the heck do I bring to a retreat? I've never been. I don't know what to expect. Well, let me help you out here. I've been to a few retreats now, and I feel like I have a pretty good vibe. So it just depends on you. Are you a stitcher who likes to switch projects a lot? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. 2, are you a stitcher that needs to have a lot of extra stuff? I am. So I'm going to show you my bag that I bring. However, there's lots of different options. Do you want to carry a backpack with you? Do you just want to carry a project bag? Shoot, you could totally do that. Or do you want to be a little extra like me? So this is my rolling cart that I bring to retreats. If you've seen me in person, you've seen this bad boy. This is actually a sewing machine bag. Now the link for this will be down below, and of course it does extend, and it has universal wheels on the bottom, and then the bag also lifts off the base if you'd rather carry it. I'm not sure why you would, but if you do, you can do that. But the universal wheels work really nice on this. So let me show you a little bit about my bag since we're getting ready to pack it up. So in the main pocket, it's going to be open because this is the spot that's meant for your sewing machine, of course. So I'm going to tell you, project bags fit perfectly in here. And then on the front, you're going to have a couple of different pockets. You're going to have this one main large pocket that's going to look like this, and it's also going to have two mesh pockets right here, not mesh, plastic rather. And then in here, I usually keep an extra pair of scissors. And then over here, I keep our business cards to hand out at cross stitch events as I need to. And then you're going to have a few more pockets. You have a medium-sized pocket here and a small pocket up front. I'll show you the medium-sized pocket. Looks very similar to the other. I just have an eyeglass cleaner in here. And then this is just a regular pocket. And then you do have two pockets on the side. So one word of advice that I might give if you have this specific model or a sewing machine case, excuse me, in general, is make sure you don't load those front pockets down because it really makes it off center and will topple over. I've had that happen many a time. Now, occasionally I will put my iPad in one of those front pockets. It really just depends. But that is the device that I use to travel with my stitching stuff. And now it's time to pack it up. All right, folks, so I just took a few minutes and got my bag packed up and ready to go for my retreat that I leave for in a few hours because it's the middle of the night. But I got my bag all packed up and I thought it would be really fun to go through it with you and tell you what I pack in my stitching bag when I go to a retreat. But before I dive into that, I first want to chat a little bit about what's a necessity and what isn't. Okay, so the only real necessity is this stitching retreat is, well, you're stitching. So you need to make sure that you bring your stitching with you, okay? Or you're ready to start a new project when you're there because you can totally do that too. I've definitely done that myself. However, I want to make it very clear that I have attended a lot of retreats and I also attend a lot of retreats because of my business. Okay, so I have not acquired these items all at one time and they are, for the majority, pretty darn optional. You don't need any of this stuff to go to retreats. You can just go and be you and have a great time. But who doesn't love fun, stitchy stuff, right? So let's talk retreat packing. So the first thing you're going to do when you check in at a retreat is you are going to get a name badge. All right. So I have here two different name badge holders that my sweet friend Gina has made for me over the years, and they are both wonderful. So I'm going to be taking this one with me because I'm bringing this retreat mat, which you'll see shortly, with me as well. But this is what it's going to look like. So what they're going to give you is a very generic name badge holder. But if you want to be super cool and stylish, you get yourselves one of these and you can take your card and pop it right down in the holder. And I will show you why these are pretty darn handy, as well as cute. So once you get your name badge in there, it's going to look like this. Now, in this front pocket, you can keep cash if you would like to, or I've also had some people keep a pair of small scissors in there. But my favorite part is actually this back pocket because typically if you're at a retreat, you're not home and you typically will have a hotel room key. So this is just the empty cardboard, but I tend to keep my hotel room key right in the back of my name badge holder. Now, my friend Gina is going to be making these for Millennial Fabrics, so if you're interested in these, keep an eye out on our page, but this is how they are used. So the first item I will be packing is this name badge holder to take with me to pair with, I have it stored in this bag that my sweet friend Barbara gave me to store with my table mat that Gina also made for me. Now a table mat is a totally optional item, okay? This is a necessity in 0% of the ways. It's a necessity, but it kind of marks your spot at your table. So what this is going to do is lay flat on your table, and it's got a couple different elements. So up here, you've got an orc tray, and you've got a piece of felt right here to hold your little small clippings there. Down here, you're going to have two pockets. And then it just kind of keeps your space nice and clean as well. So I'm going to be bringing that table mat, and with that, it matches that name badge holder. So I'll be bringing that one with me, and they'll both go in this bag until I get my name tag. And then I'm also going to be bringing this vinyl orc catcher that I just really like. I think it's super cute, and it clips together like this, but for travel, I keep it flat. So those all go in the main compartment of my bag, and I keep them inside of this bag from my friend Barbara. Okay, so before we dive into the heavy duty stuff, let's take a peek in my front bags. So I'm not holding this up because it's a little heavy now that I've got it loaded, but I'm going to pull the items out that I am bringing with me. So I do carry around this little portable eyeglass cleaner, because if your glasses get dirty and you don't want to use your shirt, that's always just nice to have with you. I got that at Nashville this year, so I just carry it with me to retreats. It's very convenient. Now, a big thing that I have been known to do is not charge my iPad to which I stitch with. So I stuck it in here so I don't forget to show it to you, but in reality, I'm going to pop it over on the charger so that it can be at 100% when I go tomorrow. Now, couple little tips and snippets about an iPad or a device. If you use that to stitch, you might want to look at getting a stand. So I actually have a case that swivels 360 and then also props up, oh, my screen's a little dirty, like such on your table. Now I do that specifically for my stitchy retreats. However, I also received this item at StitchCon this year, and it is absolutely wonderful. If you watched my StitchCon recap video, you've already seen this, but my iPad, this is a phone stand, but my iPad sits on this perfectly, and I actually prefer it over my case. So I will definitely be bringing this with me. And then also in this front pocket, I am bringing 2 extra pairs of scissors. So I've got one set here with a sneedle minder as well as a scissor pull, and then just a plain set of scissors as well. And then of course, as I showed earlier, I'm also bringing my business card case with me as well. So I'm going to leave my iPad out so that I don't forget to charge it up tonight. Now, the final item that I keep in those front pockets is going to be my Cross Stitch Buddy standard. So if I, sometimes I bring this, sometimes I don't. It's a little delicate, but every single time I don't bring it, I regret that I don't have it because I use this to wind thread. So I'm just going to pop it in here because I saw it, and I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Isn't that what our moms say? Okay. So up in the top pocket of the main pocket, there's a little plastic pocket. And what I bring there is going to be my lighting. All right. So you can never guarantee what lighting is going to be at a retreat, even if you've already been there. So second in place to your project is going to be lighting. If you are able to get lighting, bring it with you. So I have found that the Vivi Lux is the best lighting that I have been able to find. So I won't blind you, but this is one bright light. Okay, so this is going to come with a clip. Now, I also like these because they're made for Q-snaps. So this sucker goes all the way around my Q-snap and doesn't give me any trouble at all. It uses a Type-C charger, and they are great. They last a very long time. So this is the Vivi Lux. Now, I have not seen these in stores. I can, however, specialty order them for you. If you are interested or you want more information about those, just hit me up in the comments or shoot me a message because I can get those ordered for you. Now, another lighting option is going to be a daylight. Now, this one, is okay. It will clip on, but it's not quite as flexible. Or for me, where I move around a lot, those Viviluxes work better. But these are, of course, another option. You just want to make sure you have lighting in some capacity, because sometimes the rooms are pretty dim lighting, especially at hotels, which is typically where retreats are held. Okay, so next up, you need to think about, well, okay, do I stitch in hand, or do I need hoops? Do I need Q-snaps? What the heck do I need in order to be successful with stitching? So that being said, I'm bringing 2 Q-snaps. Why am I bringing 2 and not 1? I don't know. I just feel inclined to do that. Kind of how when we pack, you typically pack like double the amount of underwear you need. I don't know. I just feel the need to have 2 Q-snaps. I mean, what if there was a Q-snap emergency? You know what I mean? So I just bring it just because. Now this is another very optional item, and I have heard of people having some trouble flying with these bad boys. So if you are typically a person who stitches with a stand like myself, I stitch with both hands. And so when I go to retreats and I don't have my stand, it can be very frustrating, right? It can be like, oh my gosh, I can't stitch near as fast, and that can be kind of a pain in the butt. So I have a Lowry floor stand, and then I invested in the Lowry work stand table clamp, which is going to be this piece. So if you have a Lowry stand, then you're going to use the base of your Lowry, which is this, and then you're going to get the table clamp separately. But I take this on all the retreats I go on, even just our little daily meetups that we do once a month with our local group, because I stitch so much better. This table clamp also extends pretty far down, like it'll extend all the way down, so it fits on most tables. So keep that in mind. This is a must-have for me when I'm at retreats. Okay, next up, I have my stitchy box. So I got this box probably about a year ago, at a vending event that I went to, and it's just my little stitchy box, and I keep all kinds of goodies in here. So in this box, I keep another pair of scissors, a needle minder, a counting pin, a couple needle minders down here, and then this is a pack of extra needles, a measuring tape in case you need to like trim fabric or anything. You never know when you might need a measuring tape. I keep my frog friend with me to keep the rip it frogs away. And then underneath of the little mirror, I keep a few things. I keep the dreaded seam ripper that we hope we don't need. I keep a wand to get fluff away if I do have to frog, and then I keep a needle threader, which I don't typically have to use. And then up here, this is a tail end weaver. So that's just kind of my little box that I take with me to retreats. Okay, and then, of course, I bring projects. Now, for this event, I brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I brought 7 projects. It's excessive. I probably won't stitch on them all, but I'm a stitcher who switches projects pretty regularly, and I never know what I'm going to want to stitch on, so I bring a few, which is also why I bring this large case. But what I have found is if you store your Q-snaps separately, you can put a lot more in your case here if you just put them on the side. So like this is 7 different projects, but it's not that big, if that makes sense. It's not taking up that much space. So let me pop these back in, and then let's talk about my journals that I bring. So this is a new item that I purchased at StitchCon, which I'm sure you guys saw if you watched my StitchCon video, but this is from Boomerang Stitches, and it is a retreat journal. So I filled it all out for StitchCon, of course, but I am also going to be bringing it for this retreat so I can make some notes of some of the memories that happened for me at this retreat. So I will be bringing this along with me. And then also for notes, I am working on getting back into writing in my stitchy planner. So this is planners for the cross stitcher soul, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm working on getting back into filling this out. So I can't fill it out if it's not with me. So bringing it with me. And then let's get into the pockets on the sides of my bag here. So this is another, if you can, a good thing to have with you. And that is baby wipes to wipe down any surfaces that you may need to in order to stitch. So depending on the retreat, sometimes you eat at the same table that you stitch at. And I don't know about you, but I don't want Chick-fil-A grease on my cross stitch. So I always bring these with me to wipe down surfaces, or also to wash my hands in the car if I'm car stitching. And then last but not least, totally optional, but encouraged, and something that most folks who have been to retreats tend to do, is my table gifts. So you guys are going to see this video after I go to this retreat and my friends get their table gifts. So I'm going to share with you what I'm bringing as my table gift. Now, a lot of the times they will send you an email where you'll be able to find out how many people are going to be at your table. We did not get that this time, so I'm not entirely sure how many people are there. So I brought enough for 6, and hopefully that's enough. So I use our little fabric bags, and I always include one of our business cards that has our QR codes on the back. And then in this table gift for this retreat, I'm including a pack of Peacemaker's needles. I'm including a strawberry scissor topper. So it is June, which is the strawberry moon sow kind of month where everybody likes to stitch those. So I kind of went with the strawberry theme. So the retreat I'm going to is the girls' getaway weekend. And so I made a cute little bag, a zipper pull or scissor fob, whatever you would like to use it for, that has a strawberry and GGW for girls' getaway weekend on it. So your table gifts don't need to be anything extravagant. They can just be literally anything, or absolutely nothing is also completely fine. I just wanted to include that since lots of folks do it, and when I went to my first retreat, didn't even know it was a thing. So this was a gift that I got as a table gift from Barbara at StitchCon. So there's all kinds of different table gifts that you can do. I've also gotten scissor pulls as table gifts, all kinds of fun stuff. So just be creative, or you don't have to do anything at all. Now, I did not participate in the smalls exchange at this retreat, but that is something I'd like to get into more. So if you participate in that, make sure you've read the rules for that and you get yourself ready to roll for that. So I didn't do that, so I don't have to pack for that. But I think I've got everything else I need. So I'm going to get that iPad on the charger, get this stuff back in the bag, and then I think it's time to head to bed for tonight. And then I got to pack my suitcase tomorrow. Yeah, I haven't packed yet. That's right. So time to do some laundry.
So I definitely forgot to record myself packing my suitcase, but that's okay. Just packed clothes, so we are off for the trip. I wanted to highlight that sometimes the best part of retreats come on complete accident, and that's what happened here. We were planning to meet myself and a couple of our friends at Sassy Jack's Stitchery, since we would be basically passing it, and just so happens they were having their stitch-in night, so they invited us to join them, and we did. So this video is outside of Sassy Jack. After Sassy Jack's, we decided to stop and get some dinner on the way to the hotel, and then we checked in and passed out for the night. After traveling, it's always good to get a good night's sleep before a big day of stitching. Up next, I have a really fun collection of all the pictures I took with myself and my friends at the retreat over the weekend. So definitely enjoy those. And if you're stitching or snacking, you might want to take a peek up, because I have a little blurb next to each picture as to what's going on. And then following that, I have a full retreat recap for you to enjoy. That looked like a lot of fun, right? I know. I'm already ready to go back in December. But next up, I have a full retreat recap. And just a heads up, I dive right the heck on in to everything at the retreat. So enjoy.
All right, so one thing I want to talk about is the goodie bag that we had on the table upon our arrival. Y'all, this was crazy. So earlier in this video, you were able to see the table gift that I brought. So in just a minute, you're gonna see the goodie bag that Elaine gave us, and then also you're gonna be able to see all of the lovely, lovely table gifts. So let's talk about it, shall we? So there was a couple things on the table when we got there. I've tried to put them all in this bag so we can show you everything, but a few of the things don't fit now, which you're going to understand what I mean by that in just a second. So we've assembled some things is what I'm meaning. Let's see. I'm just gonna dive right in because there's a lot to get into. So you know me, I'm just myself, and I get a little scatterbrained, but that's okay. So the big thing that was on the table was the completed chart. My gosh, the completed stitch of Every Stitch Tells a Story, which was our retreat exclusive piece, and it looks just like this, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So when she told us that not only did we get this beautiful chart, but we also got a class while we were there on how to finish it. Ta-da! I made this myself. Yes, I got all the pieces, but I made the board that is ready for the piece when it's finished. I also made the fabric board, and then I also made the the board here. So we were given raw wood and I painted it, and then I made it look a little rustic on the sides. I even made the bow and the button myself, so that's pretty darn exciting. I'm very excited to get this hung up, but that was one of our big items, is we got the full kit to stitch this. So we also got all of the called for floss, including the specialty stitches that came with this. So as you'll see, or maybe you already have seen, depending on how I edit this, the picture of all of us ladies that we all started this project together. So my progress is as you see in that picture, but I'm gonna still show you here. So sorry for the wrinkles, but you know, it is what it is. This is my progress. So I have every stitch tells a story, and then I have the hoop here. So this is about 22% of the way complete, I believe. I'd have to check my markup app, but pretty sure it's about 22% of the way done, and I'm hoping to get that done pretty darn quickly because it's gonna look great on this board. I'm very excited. It'll be nice and easy to finish because I know what I'm doing now. Thank you, Elaine. I am stitching this on a 14 count Aida too. Look how nice this is. I know you guys normally see me stitch on linen, but look how nice that looks on an Aida. Beautiful, much easier to stitch, especially if you don't have great lighting. So definitely keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to venture away from a fabric that you may be comfortable with, like 36 count platinum, but don't be afraid to venture out and try other things, because I think some charts are made for Aida or made for linen, and this one looks so good on Aida. Plus it's gonna fit that board perfectly, and I just love it so much. It's gonna also fit the aesthetic of my house, but y'all should have seen me making a button. I was very proud of myself. Okay, so that was a really big item that was in our kit. So we got all the materials to make this lovely chart, like I said, including all the specialty flosses. So now we are going to go through this lovely bag. Okay, so as you know, Anabella's is a shop, but she's also a designer, as you were able to see with that exclusive design that we just received. So with that, in our welcome kit, we also received a whole lot of Anabella's exclusive designs. Now, I want you to keep in mind, everything I'm about to show you was free to me, right? So I paid the registration fee, and then everything and I'm about to show you was free in my packet. Okay, so this was just in the welcome packet. I got the tiered tray, Halloween tiered tray. These are all Anabella's charts. So this is the tiered Halloween tray. You guys have probably seen this before on our website even. This is mini mantras, and this is let them. Absolutely love this chart. Very nice, and you can do the called fors, of course, or you can switch it out to colors that match your theme. We got the summer and autumn charts here, so that's what they look like, summer and autumn. Trying to make sure I don't show you the charts on accident. This is Simple Sampler Summer. So cute. Notice the flamingos. Absolutely adorable. So you're gonna get the chart here as well as the Summer Quaker here in this chart. Then we have Sweet Land Simple Smalls. Remember, this is right around the 4th of July. It is currently June the 29th, so we are getting real close to the 4th of July, so you're going to see some patriotic themes going on here. Basket of Blooms Summer. I love this one. This is Simple Samplers USA. Simple Samplers USA. Hopefully you don't hear the guinea pigs. They are running around their cage. We got the stickers that pair with that chart. This is Liberty for All. So this is a set of 5 designs. This is really nice. Really nice. So you got 5 charts in this one. And then Stars and Stripes Forever, and you get 7 charts in this one. And then we also got the stickers that go along with this one. So those were all charts that we got. And if you're interested in any of those, I can order them for you. So make sure you let me know if so. Okay. I'm going to pull all of my other goodies out of here. Some of these I am very honest in saying I can't remember if they were a part of the kit or if another retreat member gave them to me, but I'm gonna do my very best to remember. So this was a part of our kit. It says Let's Flamingo. I think that's adorable. It's a little koozie. This is a Bluebell hand and body cream. Very nice, very nice. Always love a good hand cream. These are Simply Elegant decor beads. So these are great. They say made with love on them, so you can add them to your finished pieces. There's a whole bunch of them there. I don't see 12. There's 12 of those. There was also a little Disney glitter pin, but I'm just going to be honest with you, no idea where it's at right now. I love it though, so I need to find it promptly. We also got the classic ThreadWorx to go with another chart. I just can't quite remember which chart it's for, but I do have the classic ThreadWorx for a few, if not a few, of the charts that were down below here that we just went over. And let's see, we got this beautiful floss drop set that is for that summer sampler. Oh my gosh, and the little flamingos. Look at that strawberry. I'm obsessed. You guys know I love floss drops, so that's an awesome, awesome gift. We got this small hoop that is great for finishing. A very cute summer inspired notepad. You guys know me and stickies, we're besties. We got a piece of candy, which I will put right over here. And the other items I'm pretty sure are from Table Mates, so hopefully I'm not incorrect. This one says Relax and Stitch 2025. And yes, this is from my dear friend Leanne. So Leanne, if you're watching this, hi. Leanne is a Millennial Fabrics member. So she stitched this cute little bobbin needle minder. Oh my gosh, y'all, it's so cute. Very, very creative. And then in her tin, she also gave us a really nice pair of portable scissors. So you're going to see they fold all the way up and then they unfold just like this, and their cap comes off, and they are a lovely pair of scissors. So these will be really, really nice for travel. And then she also picked us out a color from Be Stitch Me, hand-dyed silk, 10 yards, beautiful green. And then last but not least, we have a pack of Mary Arden needles, size 28, my favorite count. Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for that, Leanne. And I also love the 10. It's very cute. Okay, and then next up, this one I genuinely can't remember if someone gave to me or if it was in the basket. So if you're watching this and you gave this to me, thank you so much. It is a pack of Bowen 28 count needles, a really cute needle minder in a freaking hoop. Look at that. It's thread in a hoop. I love it. And then a seam ripper, which I did have to use this weekend. So, you know, the frog came to visit everybody at our table a little bit. Okay, my sweet friend Alexis made this beautiful little coaster. Aren't those colors just gorgeous? And then she also gave us all a skein of fancy floss. So I selected Tiny Vine from Classic Colorworks. So pretty. And I feel like it matches this very well too. So love that. Thank you, Alexis. This is a really sweet little kit from my new friend Luann. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. This kit is from my sweet friend Luann. She put this together for us, and guess what's in here? Sticky notes, my favorite. We also have a very cute little squishy. We have an organizer container. These are great for seed beads. I use them for that. A really pretty fancy diamond pin, a pair of scissors because we can never have too many, and last but not least, a very cute little frame that we could use for finishing now that we know how to use that. All right, so thank you very much for that, Luann. I'm going to send them all this video, so hopefully they're able to see it. This is a really, really nice beeswax from our sweet friend Jenna. So I got to meet her, and she gave this beautiful beeswax, and I believe she said this is from a local bees. So that's really cool. And we also got some sunscreen because it was hot. So we got some sunscreen. I believe that was in our bag. And last but not least, my sweet friend Anne. So she made some floss drops, which you're going to see later in this video, and I'll definitely shout her out then as well. But she also made us these uber cute little Ort catchers. So her Ort catchers were not left alone. So she put a snag nabbit in there. If you know, you know. This is Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching favorite tool for a reason. She also put a very pretty zipper pull in there, and then an adorable needle minder here on the end. And then, oh, sorry, she also put a little, a little fuzzy fairy duster there. So that was everything I got as soon as I walked in. But that's not all. Now I sound like an infomercial. So Leanne brought some charts that she was going to be giving away. Just destashing a little bit, and I took a few that I'm going to add to my to be stitched stash, because just what I need, right? This is Hannah's brownstone from the Scarlet House. You know, a house, you know, I had to, right? Hannah's brownstone. So that one's really pretty. A plum street. Come on, y'all. This is Summer Moon. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, you can really see those fancy flosses in that. And then finally, a Primrose Cottage, A Mother Is. Very pretty. As you guys know, I'm stitching something for my mom right now, so this might be the next in line. So got those 3 charts that are going to go to my collection. And again, I say, that's not all. So they also had some wonderful raffles take place and some super fun games. So we had a scavenger hunt around the shop. So I completed that. And when I completed that, part of it was guessing how many DMCs were in a jar, and I actually somehow guessed the number exactly correctly. It was 34. And I guessed it totally correctly, which I don't know how I did. So I won that jar, which was super exciting. And then later on, we played left, right, center, and I won that too. So I ended up with like 90 skeins of DMC, guys. Check this out. Oh, I mean, let me see if I can pick it up. Okay, hold on. I'm going for it. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So much DMC. And I got to throw it up in the air, and it's really funny because you'll see the picture, but Elaine took that picture of me like 6 times. I just kept throwing it in the air so we could get a good picture, but yes, I was the DMC queen. And then she also had giveaways throughout the weekend. So I was able to win a few giveaways, and some of those winnings were these beautiful Cosmo threads. So I've never had the opportunity to stitch with Cosmo, so I'm really excited to give them a try. So I got 4 skeins, and I got 2 packs of them. So let's see, I got 110, which is like a creamy white. I got 218, which is a deep blue, 523, which is a light blue, and then 526, which is like a medium color blue. So I got 2 packs of these, really excited to stitch with them and give them a go. All right. Okay, so then we also had raffles. Somehow, okay guys? Somehow, take a moment and think, I won 3 of the raffles. That's correct. I never have won a raffle in my life, and I won 3 of them. I know, we're pausing a moment because, okay? I could have come out of my chair when I won this raffle, okay? That's right. I got an iPad stand in my favorite color. Look at it. Look at her in all her glory. So what this is, in case you're unaware, like you're like, cool. Okay, so it sets up in the back here. But I stitch with my tablet, and it perfectly holds my iPad so that it doesn't fall when I'm stitching. So I was so excited about this one. Oh my goodness gracious. So I was really excited about that. I wanted that bad. Okay. Now I also won 2 different boxes that they had in the raffle. So the first one's going to be their spring mystery box. It seems I won box number 14. So let's go through that real quick. See what's in the spring mystery box. So in this lovely, lovely box, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go from the bottom to the top here. So first of all, you can't do anything without candy. So we've got 2 lollipops in here, which I will put over here. And then we've got a few different charts. So we've got Spring Alphabet, Basket of Blooms, Spring Edition, Spring Quaker, that's very pretty, and Tiny Marker Spring. A house. You know how much I love houses. All right, so we also I don't know why I keep saying we. I think it's because when I talk about Millennial Fabrics, I'm usually talking about Nathan and I together. So I think that's why I do that. So forgive me. Okay, so I also got all of the DMC flosses to go with those charts. So that's awesome. All the DMCs. This cute needle minder that pairs with it. You guys know I love a needle minder, so this will definitely go to good use. A pack of floss drops, and there's a lot of them in here, and you all know I love floss drops, so this is perfect. And then they also provided fabric and the finishing material to create a stand up here. So let's see if it'll tell me exactly So it's going to be some 16 count cloth. And, oh, I also got a vinyl bag in there. And then I was trying to see. This is a really nice finishing, and it has needles in there as well. But this is a really nice backing fabric, so I will definitely use that. And then also there's a needle threader in there too. So this is a full box right here. And then my other box that I won is the Make Finishing Fun finishing kit. So this box is super cool, and I felt really encouraged to work on my finishing skills some more after our super fun weekend of finishing. So we're gonna do the same thing here that we just did. I'm gonna pull all the items out and we are going to talk about them. So give me just a second. So I got some mints, first of all, so that'll go with my candy over there. And then I got a few charts in this box. So I got the Sounds of Spring set of 5 cross-stitch designs, and they go on this real cute little bunny. Check that out. So I can pick which design I want to stitch, and I think I know which one I want to do. I'm going to see. Oh, not going to be able to show it to you in the booklet without giving the chart away. So I'm going to show you on the back. So I'm either going to stitch that little truck or the little house. Not sure which one I want to do yet, but love it on the bunny. Now, we also received, I received, sorry, again, a technique booklet. So that's going to tell me how to finish these items. And then I'm also sure that I could message Elaine, and I'm sure she'd help me with that if I needed it. And then I also received the Spring is More chart. Spring is more than the changing of seasons. It's the rebirth of spirit. Very cute. All right, so I received those charts, which I'm very excited about. And this very cute spring magnet. Okay. A lovely spring fabric bag, all things spring. How cute is that? So cute, and in pink, my favorite color, duh. All right. All the DMC required to complete. The finishing circles to finish just like the picture does. Let me show you again so you can see, just like so. And what would this be without the bunny, of course, to finish? So I also got the Paisley and Polka Dots, a bunny display. So I'll be able to use the bunny display and put the circles on the bunny. So cute. Also received the fabric and the bow that goes on that bunny. A set of Sounds of Spring floss drops. The sanding paper and paintbrush to paint my bunny, and my finishing boards, and then of course the paint. So I received snow paint. This one is, let's see, it's on my little piece of paper here. So the one is a white snow. The other is sable brown. And then I also got crackle paint. So that crackle paint is going to give the crackle effect to the white that you saw on the rabbit. So I'm definitely going to be stitching that and finishing it because it's so cute. And why the heck would I not? It's adorable. It's actually really encouraging me to potentially sign up for that box. I'm going to stitch it and finish it, and then we'll go from there. But I'm really thinking about signing up for the box after opening that up, because I haven't really dug into this stuff until now. So you're kind of seeing it with me, which is really fun. So really like that box. So be on the lookout for that. I might be signing up for that. Now, that was all. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. So today, Elaine has a really cool thing where you can put in, if you see random acts of kindness, and multiple people put in for random acts of kindness that they saw from me, which was really, really sweet of everyone. So if you're watching this and you were in our group, thank you guys. That really meant a lot to me. So I really appreciate it a lot. But Elaine was like, I kind of ran out of prizes for you because I won a lot this weekend and I never do. So it was really crazy. But she said, do you have like a chart or something that you might want? And I had just put this in my basket because Nathan had the idea of starting a wall here in our business and stitchy room of all the retreats I've been on and putting like table pictures up and, you know, making memories. So of course I had to have a cross stitch in the middle of that, right? So I thought this Anabella's chart was just perfect for that. It's called Cross Stitch Friends, and it says, we came as strangers and left as friends. I love it so much, and I think it's a really good sentiment, especially after the retreat that I was just at. So I'm going to be stitching this right away because I want to put it on the wall, and now I know how to finish it, so definitely going to be stitching that right away. So those were all of my items that I received some manner as a part of the retreat with no cost to me, which was awesome. And then I also made some purchases. So I don't want to give anything away too much because you're going to have to tune into the floss tube video for that. But I did make a few purchases. So I purchased the size 28 Lori Holt needles. I didn't even know these existed, so I definitely want to give those a try. And everything else I purchased, guys, was floss. I purchased a lot of fancy flosses and a lot of empty tags here because I've already kitted them up. I had a finish while we were there, and then of course I had a finish, so I had to start, you know what I mean? Only works, it just works that way. So I fully kitted up a project, which is right here. And what I'm gonna do is pull out my floss drops so you can see Anne's floss drops. So these are her beautiful floss drops, and they are reversible, which is really nice. So we kitted this up while we were there, so I'll show you the colors, but I'm not gonna tell you the chart because you're gonna have to watch the next floss tube for that. But here are the lovely colors. Sorry, they're a little rat nesty right now, but it's fine. We love rats here, so it's fine. But yes, so you're going to be able to see what this chart is in the next floss tube video. But I did have two new starts. This one, which I'll show you through the bag, and then also in the montage of pictures, you'll see that I started this with my friends Anne and Leanne, but that's it inside the bag. Okay. And then of course I also started the retreat project that will in turn go on this beautiful board that I made. So this retreat was amazing. Definitely one of the best that I've been to, and I just had a really great time. It was so nice to be in such a small, intimate group of women, and we had so much fun. Like, we shared so many laughs. We were stitching together from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. every day. We stopped to eat meals, and that was it. When nobody left, we stitched together, and we really bonded and had a great time. So we decided that we will all be returning in December, and we will have our finishes with us. So I need you guys to encourage me because I have to get that done. We're bringing it. I got to get it done. And they had the real bright idea that we got to finish this one too. So I got a lot of stitching I got to get done, folks. So I guess I can't hang out on here any longer. I got a stitching to do. So we will talk in the next video, but I wanted to share this retreat with you as soon as I got home before I put any of my stuff away. So sorry I look a little crazy in this video. Been a traveling day, but I love you all so very much. I appreciate you being here and really embracing my comeback to FlossTube. You'll be seeing lots more retreat videos as I've got one heck of a year planned. So stay tuned, keep up with me, and we will talk soon. Bye guys.